You got dumped and you wisely went no contact with the ex who dumped you, but now you're moving on with your life. You're becoming the very best version of you that you can be. And you're not looking in the rearview mirror and you're not sitting around desperately waiting for them to come back. But should you show your ex, either through social media or from hearing about it from mutual family and friends, that you have moved on? Or is it better to leave them wondering and guessing and unsure of what's going on with you? Which option gives you the best chance of them coming back? Let's talk about it. First, let's talk about the psychology of why you want to show your ex that you're progressing. We naturally want the person who rejected us to see that we're okay. We don't like the idea of thinking that we're not whole and complete without them. We don't like the idea of them thinking about us as being sad or pathetic and just sitting around desperately waiting on them. We don't want that. Our ego doesn't want to show that to them. So we naturally want to show them the progress that we're making. But seeking that connection and wanting to show that to them is actually keeping this connection alive between the two of you. Now, if you want them back and you think it's possible they might come back, maybe that's okay. But if you really want to move on with your life, it's not okay. And it creates this cycle where you post something, you have these expectations for how they might respond or feel about that. And then when you don't get the expected response, you feel sad or disappointed. And that loop just continues. And that's not healthy for you. Ultimately, we crave some sort of closure from this. If they're not coming back, we want to shut that door completely and feel that sense of closure so that we can really move on. Because it's hard to move on when you always think there's a chance in the back of your mind that this might still work. But there are times when you're showing that progress will actually work to help bring them back. Because real growth is attractive. Real success, real accomplishments are all very attractive. Because you're doing these things without trying. It's not your intention to impress anybody. You're doing these things for you, not for somebody else. Examples of genuine moving on include actual new interests or hobbies. Maybe you've taken on a sport that you didn't used to do. Maybe you've gone back to martial arts or yoga or something else that you'd abandoned long ago. Maybe you've gotten back in the gym and now you're in the best shape of your life. Or maybe you've forged new social connections and you're doing things that you didn't used to do before and you're hanging out with people that you didn't used to hang out with. Because trust me, exes can tell the difference between clickbait and actual progress. Now let's talk about the problem of trying too hard to look like you've moved on. Because again, if your motives look like you're just posting things to get their attention, that tells them that you're kind of pathetically sitting around waiting on them and that this isn't genuinely part of the new you. So don't be posting anything about them, about the breakup, and don't be posting anything just to obviously get their attention. Focus on genuine accomplishments and achievements and focus on really moving your life forward and doing it all for you. The social media reality check. Common mistakes people make when they're trying to look like they've moved on include excessive posting. You're posting constantly and it's quantity over quality. You're not posting things of substance. You're just posting to hear the sound of your own voice. You're making obvious attempts to look happier than you really are. Everyone can spot a phony a mile away. Or indirect messages that are obviously an attempt to get their attention. If you're posting pictures of places that the two of you went together or places that the two of you had talked about going to, if you're posting songs or lyrics or quotes that were meaningful to the two of you, those are obvious attempts to get their attention. Don't do that. Because the more your ex thinks you're sitting around miserable waiting to hear from them and not actually moving on, the longer it's going to take them to actually want to circle back around to you if they do at all. So ask yourself some of these questions when you're about to post something on social media. Would you share this if your ex couldn't see it? Are you posting this hoping for a specific reaction, either from them or from other people? Is this an accurate representation of your current life? And this one is huge. Are you spending more time crafting how you want your life to look than actually living it? So here are some practical strategies for genuine growth and genuinely moving on with your life. Focus on real life growth first, sharing that growth second. Set clear boundaries with mutual friends about sharing information, because even the most well-meaning friends will sometimes relay information back to your ex that makes you look pathetic. They might say something like, "Oh my God, he's so broken without you. If only you could see how desperate he is and how much he loves you, maybe you'd go back to him." That makes you look pathetic. And the friend is saying those things out of genuine concern for you. They think it's going to help, but trust me, it won't. So be very careful about what you say to mutual friends, and it's okay to set a clear boundary that you don't want to hear anything from them about your ex or the frequency with which they're telling you that information. And if you have a friend who routinely violates that boundary, you may want to take a break from them. You don't have to stop being their friend completely, but it's okay to pull back a little bit and give this relationship some room to breathe. You may even want to take a break from social media, maybe a 30-day break. Maybe just take the apps off of your phone. You don't need to close your accounts or anything like that, but that way you're not tempted to be constantly checking your phone every 10 seconds. You'd actually have to go to your laptop or your desktop computer to get access to that, and that's naturally going to give you time to actually focus on meaningful things in your life. Build a life that feels good on the inside instead of just looking good on the outside. Ultimately, it's okay if your ex sees genuine growth and genuinely thinks that you're moving on with your life. That is okay. And if they think they're about to lose you forever, if anything is going to spur them into action, into trying to get you back, it's going to be that. Just avoid any showy or phony signs of growth that are clearly designed just to get their attention. That makes you look pathetic, and it is absolutely not going to bring them back to you. Remember, I do offer one-on-one coaching. That can be in the form of a phone call, a Zoom session, or you can simply email me your problem and I'll record a custom video just like this one and get it back to you within a couple of weekdays. If you want more info on that, it's down in the description or on this card right up here. But let me know your story about what's going on with you and your ex, and I'll see you in the next video.